What's up, sports fans, and welcome back to the Roger Report. We're diving headfirst into the biggest stories dominating the sports world right now. First up, it's a massive Super Bowl rematch as the Philadelphia Eagles are gearing up to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We're breaking down if the Eagles' fierce pass rush can be the key to snatching a victory on the road. Then, we're shifting gears to Week 2 of the NFL season, where Patrick Mahomes finds himself in a situation he's rarely experienced. Plus, the Chicago Bears and Miami Dolphins are still desperately searching for answers after tough opening games. We've got the inside scoop on what's at stake and who's feeling the heat. But the action doesn't stop there. We're heading to the WNBA, where Indiana Fever star Sophie Cunningham reveals she was actually angry at Patrick Mahomes for ruining her perfect night, even though he was miles away in Brazil. We'll tell you how a football game threw a wrench into her celebration. And finally, we're talking about a quarterback whose stock is absolutely skyrocketing, Justin Herbert. His incredible performance against the Chiefs has landed him high on the latest NFL power rankings, and we're exploring if this is the year he makes a serious MVP run. Don't go anywhere, and make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss a moment. Eagles' pass rush aims to ground Mahomes in Super Bowl rematch. Get ready for a high-stakes Super Bowl LIX rematch as the Philadelphia Eagles set their sights on defeating Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The key to this monumental clash: the Eagles' relentless pass rush is being identified as the critical factor that could decide the outcome in Kansas City. Can they disrupt Mahomes' rhythm and secure a crucial road victory? In their Week 1 matchup against Dallas, the Eagles' defense showed flashes, but was notably impacted by Jalen Carter's early ejection. With Carter back in the lineup, Philadelphia expects a significantly tighter defensive performance. This game isn't just about offense. It's a strategic battle where the Eagles' ability to pressure Mahomes could be the deciding advantage, especially with key Chiefs receivers Xavier Worthy sidelined and Rashee Rice still suspended, potentially limiting Kansas City's offensive firepower. Fans and analysts are buzzing about the defensive capabilities of the Eagles, with many believing their front seven is poised to dominate. The pressure is on both teams, but the Eagles' defensive front is seen as the ultimate game-changer, aiming to make life incredibly difficult for Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense. Will the Eagles' defensive intensity be enough to overcome the Chiefs at Arrowhead? Next, we're diving into Week 2 NFL picks, where Patrick Mahomes faces an unexpected challenge, and other teams are still scrambling for answers. Mahomes in uncharted territory as NFL Week 2 picks drop. Patrick Mahomes is entering Week 2 of the NFL season, facing a scenario rarely seen in his career, while teams like the Chicago Bears and Miami Dolphins are still desperately trying to find their footing after a challenging opening slate. This week's picks highlight a trend of favoring underdogs, with a strong lean towards several teams looking to upset the odds. Last week saw a near-perfect run on Locks of the Week, dashed by a late-game collapse from the Chicago Bears, but the overall 8-8 ATS record for the opening week sets the stage for a bounce-back. This week, 7 underdogs are getting the nod, with 4 projected to win outright. A significant focus is on the Commanders facing the Packers, where a potentially shaky Jordan Love performance, indicated by high turnover-worthy throw rates and off-target passes in Week 1, could open the door for Washington. The Commanders, with continuity and a strong showing last year, are seen as a tough opponent, especially with Jaden Daniels at quarterback and new offensive weapons flashing. Conventional wisdom often steers clear of betting against Patrick Mahomes as an underdog, given his impressive 27-1 ATS record in such situations. However, this week's analysis suggests fading the Chiefs against the Eagles, citing concerns about offensive firepower due to injuries and suspensions. The Dolphins' struggles on offense, particularly Tua Tagovailoa's high turnover-worthy throw rate, also position the Patriots as a potential upset pick. For the Lions and Bears, the focus is on quarterback performance, with Caleb Williams' accuracy issues potentially hindering the Bears against a Lions team that struggled offensively in Week 1, but still boasts continuity. Public reaction is divided, with many debating the merits of fading Mahomes and the perceived struggles of teams like the Dolphins. Bettors are keenly watching the underdog trends and quarterback metrics to inform their decisions for Week 2. Can the Commanders pull off an upset against a seemingly vulnerable Packers squad? Coming up, we reveal how Sophie Cunningham got angry with Patrick Mahomes despite her own team's big win. Sophie Cunningham's frustration. Patrick Mahomes spoiled her perfect night. Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham had a night of mixed emotions, celebrating her team's dominant 97-77 victory over the Chicago Sky, but admitting she was left angry by Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs' performance, despite them being thousands of miles away in Brazil. From her suite at Wintrust Arena, Cunningham was trying to keep up with both her team's game and the Chiefs' season opener against the Los Angeles Chargers. While the Fever were cruising to a significant win, the football game on her phone proved to be a source of considerable annoyance. She expressed her frustration on her podcast, calling the Chiefs' loss a spoiler to an otherwise fantastic evening, despite the Fever's commanding lead. Cunningham, a lifelong Chiefs supporter since birth, couldn't hide her disappointment as she watched every second of the 27-21 defeat. This personal connection to the Chiefs is a well-known aspect of Cunningham's identity, shared even within the Fever locker room, where Caitlin Clark is also a notable Chiefs fan. This shared passion for both basketball and football often sparks conversations among the players, adding another layer to their team camaraderie as the NFL season kicks off. The timing of the Chiefs' loss, clashing with what should have been a purely celebratory night for the Fever, made the disappointment particularly acute for the dedicated fan. Fans are reacting with amusement and understanding to Cunningham's unique predicament, highlighting the relatable struggle of following multiple sports teams. The story underscores the deep emotional investment athletes have in other sports, even during their own successful games. Despite the football drama, the WNBA season is heating up with new playoff formats. But first, we're looking at how Justin Herbert's star is rising after a massive win, potentially putting him in MVP conversations. Justin Herbert's stock soars, rising star in NFL power rankings. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert is experiencing a significant surge in his stock, climbing the NFL power rankings after a stellar performance in the team's Week 1 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs in Brazil. His near-perfect game has many speculating about his potential MVP candidacy for the 2025 season. Herbert delivered a remarkable stat line against the Chiefs: 25 completions on 34 attempts for 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. This decisive 27-21 win marked only the second time in his career that Herbert has bested Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback widely considered the league's best. This victory not only boosts the Chargers' early season momentum, but also solidifies Herbert's place among the elite quarterbacks in CBS Sports' latest power rankings, where he landed at number 4, just behind names like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. While Herbert's regular season statistics have consistently impressed since his rookie year in 2020, his playoff success has been limited, with the Chargers making early exits in his 2 previous playoff appearances. However, with Jim Harbaugh now at the helm for his second season, guiding the team to 11 wins and a playoff spot last year, there's renewed optimism for a deep playoff run. Herbert's undeniable arm talent, honed during his college career at Oregon, continues to be a major asset for the Chargers, as they look to build on their promising start. The NFL community is abuzz with discussions about Herbert's ascent, with many questioning his previous ranking and debating whether Mahomes' drop from the top 5 after a single loss is warranted. Analysts are closely watching if Herbert can maintain this elite level of play throughout the season and translate it into postseason success for Los Angeles. Can Justin Herbert lead the Chargers to a deep playoff run this year? That wraps up our top stories for today, but don't go anywhere. We've got a lightning round recap coming your way next. That's all the action-packed news we have for you today on the Roger Report. We saw the Eagles aiming to disrupt Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes facing new challenges in Week 2, with teams like the Bears and Dolphins searching for answers. Sophie Cunningham getting fired up about football while her team dominated, and Justin Herbert's stock skyrocketing after a huge win. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, drop a comment below, and follow us on all social media platforms so you don't miss a single update.